Welcome to the first AECN 24/7 Chemistry Classroom lesson. Today we're going to be looking at trends in the periodic table. So if you're not sure what the atomic number or the mass number mean, or where to find groups and periods on the periodic table, then this video is for you. So let's get into it. Now in chemistry, the periodic table is going to be your greatest resource. It contains all known elements. So an element is made up of only one kind of atom. So for example, silver, or the element silver, is only made up of silver atoms. So the periodic table will tell you everything you need to know about an atom's structure. So it's going to tell you how many protons it has, how many electrons it has, how many neutrons it has, the number of shells, and its number of valence electrons. So the elements are placed on the periodic table according to their atomic number. So the atomic number is the smaller of the two numbers. And so we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So as we go across and then down the periodic table, the atomic number increases by 1 each time. So you will notice that there are two numbers found next to the symbol for each element. So the smaller number is the atomic number, and the atomic number tells us the number of protons in the nucleus. So the nucleus is the center of the atom, and the protons are the positively charged particles within the nucleus. So here we have lithium. So it has an atomic number of 3, meaning that it has 3 protons in its nucleus. The atomic number will also tell us the number of electrons in the atom. So that means that lithium also has 3 electrons moving around the nucleus. Neutrons are also found in the nucleus. They have a similar mass to a proton, but they do not have a charge. So the larger number on the periodic table gives us the number of protons plus neutrons in the nucleus. So for lithium, this number is 7, which means that there are 7 subparticles within the nucleus. So we know that 3 of these subatomic particles are protons, which means that the other 4 of the 7 must be neutrons. So to work out the number of neutrons, all you need to do is mass number minus atomic number, or the larger number minus the smaller number. So for lithium, 7 minus 3, which gives us our number of neutrons, which for lithium is 4. Another way to look at this is your mass number is your neutrons plus your protons, and your atomic number is just your number of protons. So neutrons and then protons minus protons just leaves you with neutrons. In level 1, we focus on the first 20 elements, so from hydrogen down to calcium. On the periodic table, we find groups running down the table, so down this way, and we find periods running across the table. So here we have period 1, period 2, period 3, and period 4. The period tells us how many shells an atom has. Hydrogen and helium in the first period have 1 shell. Lithium, beryllium, all the way across to neon have 2 shells. Sodium, magnesium, all the way across to argon have 3 shells, and so on. So you can think of these shells as areas where the electrons can be found. Our vertical columns running down are called groups. So we have group 1 and group 2 on the left-hand side, and then group 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 on the right-hand side. However, when we get to the right-hand side, I always say it's easier just to ignore the 1 in front of each number, or just scribble out the 1. So we have group 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 on the right-hand side. And the reason for that is then the group number tells us the number of electrons in an atom's outer shell. So the outer shell is the one found furthest away from the nucleus, and it contains the valence electrons. So we call the electrons in the outer shell valence electrons. In this group here, there are 3 valence electrons. All of the atoms in this group here have 4 valence electrons, 5 valence electrons, 6, 7, and 8 valence electrons. So by scribbling out the 1 or ignoring it, then the group number can tell us the number of valence electrons. The atoms in the same group have similar properties because they have the same number of valence electrons. Hopefully you can now use the periodic table to find information about the first 20 atoms. If you have any questions, place them in the comments below. I will be making and uploading videos covering the level 1 acids and bases external. If you would like to be notified when these are uploaded, you can subscribe below or join our Facebook group using the link in the comments.